Hello everyone, Assalamualaikum. My name is Satria. I'm a student from Eden Boarding School, major at Software Engineers in class 10. And for today's videos, I want to talk about why Python is so popular. Well, Python is one of the language that is witnessing an incredible growth popularity like year by year. And Stockerflow calculate that Python will beat all other programming language by 2020, as it has become the fastest growing programming language in the world. And that is true. It is truly a very famous programming language. And the first thing that when I start studying programming, the first language that I want to learn is Python. But it's not very good for beginners, I guess. But so it is the language that I want to learn when I studying programming. It is my goal. So why is Python so popular? First, it's easy to learn and use. Python language is incredibly easy to use and learn for new beginners and newcomers. The Python language is one of the most accessible programming language available because it has simplified syntax and complicated, which give more emphasis and natural language. Due to its easiness and usage, Python code can be easily written and programmer can execute much more faster than other programming language. And when Guido van Ransom creating Python in the 90s, he made sure to design it to be like a general purpose language. One of the main reasons for the popularity of Python would be its simplified the syntax so that it could be easily to read and understood even by amateurs developers also. Like for me, I'm still amateur in programming language. I can learn it very simple because it's very easy to learn Python. But when you're trying to master Python, it's gonna be hard. Of course, you need to learn it. Of course, you need to hard work and study hard to learn language and learn new things. Major and supportive of Python community. Python community is very big because Python was created more than 30 years ago, and by the growth of popularity each year by year, which a lot of time for any community of programming language to grow and mature adequately to support developers ranging from beginner to expert levels. So for beginners who are learning Python language, don't you worry because there's a lot of expert in the community that you can consult. There are plenty of documentaries, guides, and video tutorials for Python language are available in YouTube and others classes online. Any skill level of age can use and receive the support required to exchange their knowledge in Python programming language. Many students can get introduced to computer science only through Python language, which is the same language used in in-depth research projects. Because of that, Python is very popular because there's a lot of projects that need Python language, and in companies this language is very usually used in big companies because it connect to big data and to in-store data. If any programming language lack developer support or the commentaries, then they don't grow much. But Python has no such kind of problem because it has been here for a very long time. The Python community is one of the most incredible active programming language communities. Support and renowned corporate sponsors, because programming language grow faster when there is someone backing. There is someone sponsoring the language. There is someone opening an event for learnings. There is someone opening for amateurs or competitions for Python language. For example, PHP is backed by Facebook, Java is by Oracle and Sun, and Visual Basic by Microsoft. And Python programming language is heavily backed by Facebook, Amazon, web service, and especially Google. There's a lot of big companies supporting Python. Google adopted Python language way back in 2006 and have used it for many applications and platforms since then. A lot of institutional uh, I'm sorry like I'm sorry institutions efforts and money have been devoted to the training and success of the Python language by Google, like training trainees. They have even created dedicated portal only for Python. The list of support tools and documentations keep on going for Python language in the developer works. And there is hundreds of Python libraries and frameworks. Due its corporations, sponsorship, and big supportive community of Python, Python has an excellent libraries that you can use to select and save your time effort on the initial cycle of development. There are also lots of cloud media services that offer cross platform support to a library like tools, which is extremely very beneficial for us, really very benefits. Library with specific focus are also available. There's a lot, so there must be like a focus type of libraries. And for natural language processing, for machine and learning application, there are many frameworks like such as like the Django for service, the Django for server-side web development. This is a very famous framework, the Django. NumPy for scientific computing, and Beautiful Soup for HTML parsing and XML. And Python is very efficiency, reliability, and very speed, and very good. And as any Python developers, they will wholly agree that Python language is very efficient and reliable, and it's very faster than most modern language. And the most that made Python very popular, big data, machine learning, and cloud computing. Cloud computing, machine learning, and big data are some of the hottest trends among programmers and developers. This is what people need, big data, and every programmers will come across this, big data, machine learning, and cloud computing. Well, the most that shine is big data. And every Python programmers learn how to create big data. Because these three things, which help lots of organizations, companies, and web developers, and people who use data to transform and improve their process and workflows. Python language is the most second popular use tool after R language and for data science and analytics. Because there is lots of many data processing workflows in the organization are powered by Python language only. Most of the research and development takes place in Python language due to its many applications, including easy for any organization to analyzing the usable data. Because of that, Python is very popular, and I truly love big data. It's the thing that every developers why they are learning Python language is for to creating big data and make their research and project and or any startup companies, they learn how to create big data. I guess that's it for this videos. Thank you for staying by and watching my videos. Goodbye.